Welcome to Thoughts for Growth, your 5-minute or so spark to see our world differently. Brought to you on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays by K-Wave 6 Radio. Now, here's today's thought.
Think of the future that we could create. Face the facts today. There's a better way. There's a better way.
Good morning. Today I just want to talk about something that's been talked about a lot last week and over this past weekend, which is the 91-year-old man that was arrested for feeding the homeless. To me, that is just totally ridiculous, and to many of my friends, that's just as ridiculous to them as it is to me. Many have made quotes from the New Testament and whatnot, and I'm just going to ask one question, well, actually a few questions, actually. And they are, whatever happened to do unto others as you would have them do unto you. If you've ever been homeless, you like to have somebody who actually gives a care about you, who will reach out from their heart, sometimes through their pocket, sometimes through food, whatever, and you'd be grateful for that. When I was living in Arizona, I remember going to work one morning and there were two homeless guys standing in a McDonald's. I was on my way to work. It was very early, so it was just grabbing a quick little something or another sandwich. And they couldn't get waited on. Nobody would help them. So after I got what I wanted, I went over and asked them what they wanted. I ordered it and paid for it. Their look on their face, the warmth that they gave in return, it's all they could give, was enough to say I did something right. When you think about it, if we think about it from a law or legal point of view, then just going by common law, think of it this way. Whoever is paying for the food, it is their property. What you do with your property is your business. Giving food to someone is not an illegal act. It is an act of kindness, an act of unconditional love. I know you're down. I'm not going to make any judgments on you. You need food. I have the means to give it to you. Food, clothes, whatever it is, you help out your fellow human being. What is the big problem with this? I do not understand. If you see someone in need, you help them. Whether it's food, it's clothing, it's medical assistance, whatever the case may be, you help someone else. That's what we do. That's what we're supposed to do. Why is it okay to give money to feed someone in a foreign land, but we can't feed our own people in our own neighborhoods, in our own cities? Why is that illegal? Why is it legal to give it to somebody else in another country, but we can't give it to our own neighbors? What is our neighbor? The person that's next to us. It's not the person that lives next door. It's the person that is next to us. And if you want to put it on that basis, yes, they are living and they are next to us. Doesn't have to include a door. Okay? I'm going to give these thoughts, just some quotes that I got, and I'll put them on the blog so you can actually reference them yourself. These are just quotations from different people. First one is, one has a moral responsibility to disobey unjust laws. This is from Martin Luther King. Next one, protest beyond the law is not a departure from democracy. It is absolutely essential to it. This quote from Howard Zinn. It is not always the same thing to be a good man and a good citizen. Quotation from Aristotle. An individual who breaks a law that conscience tells him is unjust and who willingly accepts the penalty of imprisonment in order to arouse the conscience of the community over its injustice is in reality expressing the highest respect for the law. This is Martin Luther King Jr. Next is colorful demonstrations and weekend marches are vital, but alone are not powerful enough to stop wars. We're in a war of conscience right now, so I'm not talking about just the Middle East. Wars will be stopped only when soldiers refuse to fight, when workers refuse to load weapons onto ships and aircraft, when people boycott the economic outposts of empire that are strung across the globe. This person's name is a little difficult for me to repeat, but Arnold Roy, quoted from Public Power in the Age of Empire. And the last one is, if the machine of government is of such a nature that it requires you to be the agent of injustice to another, then, I say, break the law. This is Henry David Thoreau, Civil Disobedience and Other Essays. Now the decision is yours. Do you fight your conscience and say, I'm going to let somebody starve or suffer hunger? And we're not talking about homeless people that are just adults. There are children. If you don't believe it, read the news. There are children that are homeless and that are hungry. I don't think the newspaper gave any indication to whether this older man, this 91-year-old man, was feeding a child or an adult. It just said homeless. His conscience says, I am going to do what I need to do to take care of my fellow man. The payback may not come as food and water and other things that he needs, but the payback will always be something of at least a smile. And the universe has a way of balancing things out. So for those who are saying, no, I'm not going to feed the homeless, if you find yourself homeless one day, you might find yourself reaping your own actions. If you're a politician and you're allowing other people to go hungry in your own area, woe unto you. For those who are doing, as Martin Luther King says, to be the conscience of the community over its injustice, you're really expressing the highest respect for the law. My hat off to you. I give you great salutations. For all of those who are saying, yes, I need to do something, even if it is illegal, that will help another person, then by all means, my hat's off to you as well. Have yourself a wonderful week. Take care and be well.